Alright, Putin moves south. Actually, I just noticed now the subtitle, which I now see on the map. Don't see it on the rules book, but anyways. Good. Struggle for the Eurasian heartland. Before I get started again, King of Spades. The King of Spades is the 2S-23 Russian self-propelled gun. Main weapon is a 120 millimeter. And range is 12.8 kilometers. So there's a close-up of it. Looks like an 8-wheeled, lightly armored vehicle with a turret. And there's the main gun there. So, King of Spades. I think what I'm gonna take a action here to do what I want to do, play-wise, and that is have the. So this is the Russian side, Russian action again. Up here is Russia, Orenburg. Here, this is Astrakhan here on the Caspian, the northern coast of the Caspian Sea there. Alright, so I want to move a number of these Russian corps. It's got a tank corps there, the 1st Guards tank army there, strength of 7, and here's a 2nd Guards combined arms corps. Neither hyper-war capable though. Maybe I need to buy some reinforcements to get more hyper-war units in here. Yeah, okay. So definitely have them available, like these, but this is in the reinforcements box here. Got to pay for these guys. First VDV, there's a 2nd VDV. So VDV is, looking at the abbreviations list, airborne, okay. Alright, airborne core group there. Alright, but I want to get the main units at the border heading south into the central area here, Kazakhstan. Seems to me a railroad movement is the way to do it, so I'm doing a rail move again. So the action is make a railroad admin move for all applicable units. Do I want, here's Iran down here. Do I want to do anything? You know, I looked at the setup here early. I don't have a lot in, was it eastern Iran. I don't have a lot in eastern Iran, but also I'm not going to change this yet until see what I have available. There we go. Alright, so in addition to a air power unit there, we've got a special forces unit, and then we've got an airborne division size task force there. Okay. Well, I'll still leave Iran alone for now, but Iran is part of the Russian Confederation here. Alright, so there's some interesting things, some general, either general rules or specific rules. I'll learn them better as I go. Hyperwar units, only hyperwar units have zones of control, something to remember. And I'm saying that again because I think you'll want to use them for that you want to use your hyperwar units for that purpose. You want to use them for the zone of control, but of course hyperwar units are not, I guess in general they're not, I know what, they're not cheap to get back. That's that is yeah, that is true. They're twice as expensive as normal units to get back. Call them regroup. In other words, to repair or get steps back, combat steps back. Okay. Another interesting thing that I hadn't really run across yet, now I have, these units. This is an optional unit, but again, I want to not separate out the optional rules. I keep saying that. I really don't want to separate out the optional rules. But again, I'll say it is in the optional rules chapter. Okay, actually it's the first one. So I was wondering, what is a complex terrain unit? Actually, a complex terrain unit is one that has the mountain troop type symbol there. So this is an Uzbek Corps, not hyper war. It's normal, regular unit, non-hyper war unit. But it is this complex terrain capable, and that's kind of interesting. It seems pretty significant, actually. This ability. So units with this mountain type symbol. Okay. Oh, I also wanted to. Wow, that was a mess. I wanted to. I hit my own rule book here. Wanted to figure out if the Russians even have any of these. Obviously the. Okay, they do. So let's use an example. Caucasus mountain. MD. Alright, well, shown as a core-sized unit, so the Russians, but this one needs to be bought. This is in the reinforcements box. So the Russians do have at least one. I won't look for all of them. Okay, so the Russians do have at least one of those complex terrain units, and so the movement, it makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense, but movement's really simple in this game. All the clear terrain is one movement point per hex. Anything that's basically not clear is called complex terrain. You have 4 types. You have woods, which are off in the northeast side of the map. You have desert, you have marsh, and then you have rough. What they call rough, the brown or tan. All of those are 2 movement points per hex, but these complex terrain capable units, they only pay 1 to enter all types of land terrain or ground terrain. Oh, and 0 movement points to cross rivers. So actually, in a sense, they are moderately mobile, right? So if we have very mobile, would be like our airborne units. Our airborne units, like that. They're very mobile. We've got our complex terrain units. They're moderately mobile, and then you have your normal units. Yeah, that seems to be one way to think in terms of using these. But it also has the other one when you're attacking cities, and cities are more important than usual in this game. Why is that? Cities are more, because cities are, why? Because cities are where objectives are. Objectives are capitals, energy. All right, energy. That's a port, energy. There's energy. So Tengiz here is an energy, which is also a city. I don't know if you have energy hexes that aren't city hexes, but well, in any case, cities seem to be quite important here in this game. So for these complex terrain units, if 1 or more attacking units in a city attack or complex terrain types, they negate 1 of the defender's city's shifts, but only 1, regardless of the number of attacking complex terrain units. So again, I think you want to use these for that purpose, and don't waste them. So there's even more unique little unit differentiation, and you want to use all these different capabilities together in the optimum mix.